everybody. I'm Keck, and the football world has come to Tampa Bay. Super Bowl 43, the Steelers and the Cardinals, and we begin with Media Day, and this is almost cruel. Both teams have to endure the media for an hour apiece, and yes, many danced around questions. Actually, the players could get out of interviews by learning to merengue. Well, only in Tampa and only at Super Bowl 43. The Steelers are gunning for a record 6th Super Bowl championship. The Cardinals haven't won a championship in 61 years. So the hype machine is off and rolling. Been there, done that for the Steelers. Wide receiver Hines Ward is nursing a bad knee, but he says there is no way he'll miss Super Bowl 43. If the Steelers are the toast of Pittsburgh, then Hines Ward has to be the mayor. When the Steelers won Super Bowl 40 in Detroit, Ward was the game MVP with a 43-yard touchdown catch. And for this Super Bowl, Ward has given his teammates a message.
Just make plays when plays present itself. You never know when your number's gonna get called, and that's the good thing about it. Looking back on the Super Bowl, there were some catches, there were some plays, there were some routes that I wish I would have done better. And I always say you don't want to leave this game saying, "Oh, I could have done this," or "I could have did this." So, I just try to say, to make a name for yourself, guys, in the Super Bowl, when you're playing the Super Bowl, that's how you make a name for yourself.
If you spend any time around the Steelers, you learn very quickly about the special relationship between the city and the team. Hines Ward says it's part responsibility and one incredible fringe benefit.
When you're born, you come out with a terrible towel in your hand. It's just, a love between the city and their team. When the Super Bowl is over with, they can't wait to training camp. They talk, look forward to who we're going to draft, who's going to be the next up and coming guy. So you appreciate that. Playing there, it's my 11th year, and I'm pretty sure if I'm ever hungry, I can knock on somebody's door and they'll welcome me in with all arms, and I can eat good anytime.
Doug Williams had one of the most talked about media days in Super Bowl history. That was more than 20 years ago, and the former Buccaneer made history both on and off the field.
When guys come in.
Doug Williams can tell you all about winning a Super Bowl. 1988, Williams threw 4 touchdown passes to lead the Redskins over the Broncos 42-10 in Super Bowl 22. Williams was the game MVP. He became the first black quarterback to start and win football's biggest game. And Williams says anytime he sees a championship team celebrate, he knows the feeling.
When you go to training camp, it's the work you put in, it's the hours you put in, it's the blood, it's the sweat, it's the tears, it's the disagreement. It's everything combined, and you finally see it come together and as a one, and you champion.
And Doug remembers what it was like to be a black starting quarterback here in Tampa, the South, in the 70s.
5 years I was here, I got a lot of mail. And I got to the point where if it was no address, no return address, I didn't open it. I threw it away, because the ones I did open with no address, it wasn't something you want to read. But I didn't let that affect me.
It's become urban legend. Media day at that Super Bowl, Doug says yes, a reporter did ask him how long he'd been a black quarterback.
The guy said, "How long you been a black quarterback?" Now, to say that, I understood where the guy was coming from. There were so many people around, and everybody was trying to get their questions in. I think what he really meant was how long the emphasis of you being a black quarterback has been there. That's the way I took it. And I basically answered the questions I remember by saying, since I left Grambling.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Keck, and can it be we've already hit Wednesday of Super Bowl week? The Steelers and Cardinals are settling in to their Super Bowl headquarters, and that means they're opening workouts of Super Bowl week. Now, the Cardinals are holed up at One Buck Place, and that has to grind on the Buccaneers. The Cardinals won their division at 9-7. The Buccaneers missed the playoffs at 9-7. As for Pittsburgh, the Steelers are working out at USF, and they're favored to win a 6th Super Bowl title. Now, the Steelers own the #1 defense in all of football, but the offense can also get it done. A key receiver is a Florida boy that's on a hot streak both on and off the field.
I know a guy who's tough but sweet.
The world's biggest stage, and Santonio Holmes is banking he has another big play in him. Holmes has made game-changing plays in postseason victories over the Chargers and Ravens. And he also knows another in the Super Bowl can change his career.
Holmes has taken it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I've thought about it a couple times, just being that guy, always being prepared and ready, to make that big play. I think it starts at the beginning of the game, how hard we come out and hit those guys in the mouth, establish, who we are, at the beginning of the game, and that would determine, whether we make that big play late in the game or early enough to spark the team and get us started.
The former star at Glade Central and then at Ohio State has also bumped heads with the law. Earlier this season, he missed a game after a marijuana charge. And at this Super Bowl week, he's admitted when he was a kid, he sold drugs. Holmes claims he now has his priorities straight. Holmes has certainly picked a strange time to come clean with this. I mean, here in front of the world's media at the Super Bowl. But Holmes says it is actually the perfect time to talk about it.
If I continued on that path, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't feel the confidence inside to share with a lot of people now what I went through as a kid, I don't think I would be allowed to be on this stage right now. My mindset is far from that right now. That's the part of me that's happened in the past that never will happen again.
Santonio Holmes, and he could be that big offensive star.